Welcome back to Arthsetu's grammar series. In today's lesson, we are going to tackle pronouns. We'll cover personal, reflexive, demonstrative, and relative pronouns. And I'll show you the mistakes learners make most often. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how pronouns work, but you'll also be able to spot errors in real conversations and even correct them confidently. So let's get started. Let's begin with personal pronouns. These are the little words that replace nouns. So, we don't repeat names again and again. For example, instead of saying Ria is Ria's best friend, we say Ria is her own best friend. We have subject pronouns like I, you, he, she, it, we, they. These are the doers of the action. Then we have object pronouns. Me, him, her, us, them, these receive the action. And finally, possessives. My, your, his, her, and the independent ones like mine, yours, theirs. They might look small, but they are essential for smooth, natural English. One of the biggest problems learners face is mixing up subject and object pronouns. For example, you might hear someone say, me and my friend went to the store. That's wrong. It should be, my friend and I went to the store, because me is an object pronoun and here we wanted to use a subject pronoun, which is I. Why? Because I is a subject pronoun and here you are doing the action. Another common mistake is she gave it to he. Oops! The correct form is she gave it to him, because him is the object. Here's a quick tip. Subjects do the action. Objects receive it. Keep that in mind and you'll avoid 90% of these errors. Who does what? Think of it like a drama scene. The subject is the actor on stage doing something, while the object is the person or the thing receiving the action. So, if I say I kicked the ball, I am the subject, the doer. The ball is the object, the receiver. Once you get this actor and receiver picture in your head, pronouns become much easier to use correctly. Now let's look at the second most common mistake. Another confusion is between personal and possessive pronouns. For example, learners sometimes say, this is she book. That sounds odd, right? The correct sentence is, this is her book. Or they say, it is mine car. That's wrong too. We should say, it is my car. Here's the rule. Possessive adjectives like my, her, their always come before a noun. Possessive pronouns like mine, hers, theirs stand alone, without a noun after them. So remember, her book. The book is hers, but never she book. Now let's look at reflexive pronouns. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, ourselves, themselves. These are used when the action comes back to the subject. For example, she cooked the meal herself. Here, herself emphasizes that she didn't take help. They are also useful for emphasis. If I say, I'll do it myself, I mean, don't worry, I don't need help. Now let's look at the third most common mistake. Reflexive pronouns are often overused. Many learners think reflexives sound more formal. For example, please contact myself if you have questions. That's incorrect. The correct way is, please contact me. Reflexives should only be used when the subject and object are the same. For example, I taught myself guitar. That works, but contact myself doesn't. Now let's move to demonstrative pronouns. This, that, these, those. These words point out specific things. Use this and these for things near you. For example, this pen in my hand or these books on the table. Use that and those for things farther away. That mountain in the distance or those stars in the sky. Okay, now the fourth most common mistake. Here's the trap. Many people mix singular and plural demonstratives. They say, I like this shoes. Wrong. It should be, I like these shoes. Or they say, these is perfect. Wrong again. It should be this is perfect. Remember, this and that are singular. These and those are plural. Easy fix, but it is very, very important. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns connect ideas. For people, we use who or whom. For things or animals, we use which. For both people and things, we can use that. And whose shows possession. Example, the person who called me is my friend, or this is the book that I was talking about. They help sentences flow smoothly without repeating nouns again and again. Now let's look at the fifth most common mistake. Careful. Many learners choose the wrong relative pronoun. For example, the person which called me. That's wrong. In case of people, always use who. The correct sentence is the person who called me, or the book who is on the table. This is also wrong usage. The book is not a person. We should say the book that is on the table. So the shortcut is for people use who, for things use which or that. Now let's talk about agreement. Pronouns must agree with their nouns in number and gender. If the noun is singular, the pronoun must also be singular. If the noun is plural, the pronoun must be plural. For example, everyone should bring their notebook. Here, even though everyone is singular, English now allows their for inclusivity. Agreement makes your sentences clear and professional. Vague pronouns. Another common issue is vague pronouns, when it's not clear who or what the pronoun is referring to. For example, after the meeting, they left. Who is they? The staff, the managers. It's confusing. A clearer version is, after the meeting, the team left. Another example, I saw John and Mike. He was late. Who is he? John or Mike? Instead, be specific. John was late. Whenever you use pronoun, make sure it's crystal clear who you are talking about. Let's quickly recap the 7 most common mistakes with pronouns. First, mixing up subject and object forms like me went instead of I went. Confusing personal with possessive. She booked instead of her book. Overusing reflexive. Contact myself instead of contact me. Getting singular and plural demonstratives wrong. This shoes instead of these shoes. Choosing the wrong relative pronoun. Person which instead of person who. Matching agreement. Mismatching agreement. Using singular pronouns for plural nouns. Being vague. Saying they without explaining who they are. Avoid these and your English instantly becomes sharper and more professional. Now it's your turn. Start paying attention to pronouns in your own speaking and writing. Spot mistakes, correct them, and practice daily for just 5 minutes. Drop one sentence with a pronoun in the comments and I'll check it for you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Arthsetu for more fun grammar lessons that will transform your English step by step. Remember, good grammar isn't about memorizing rules. It's about communicating clearly and confidently. So let's master pronouns together.